What's up? This is Let's Play,
That's
and
Coachella.
this is the Mass podcast. We haven't this is unplanned, so ready, steady, let go.
Charlie, what's happening, Charlie?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I've just been going through the motions sometime.
What is going on? What's the emotions?
Oh, ups and downs of life.
Mm.
Yeah. Sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up, and all those things. But it makes your blood boil.
Yeah.
But you don't like the feeling. But you know that if that feeling too eventually dies, which eventually will. Amen?
Amen.
Yeah,
It will
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of life. The ups and downs. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Me, I'm down.
Um,
I'm down.
yeah, I know, I could tell, but I don't want to
Oh yeah, no.
bring yes.
Yeah. So that's how I do. But yeah, Charlie, I'm not one to like. I'm realizing this period how very different I am from a lot of people. Because like the way I talk about, like the people that I talk to, or like, or not the people I talk to, the people I have to talk to, like family and stuff. I realize like the way I talk about the issue is like everybody like just goes back. Like why are you saying like that? I'm like, well, that's what's happening. What am I supposed to say? Yeah. But I so like I've had to learn how to communicate differently because they're like, don't say this, and you have to declare this and declare that, which is something that I was getting angry about right before we started shooting, because like I think some time ago, I don't know if you remember, some time ago we were shooting. It was one of the episodes where I was talking about how some of those things piss me off. Like people try to like explain things, like bad things that happen, and then they try to do this. These people on TikTok. I've forgotten exactly what it was. Like I've forgotten the things they say right now. I'm blank, but like all these. Oh, like there's a reason why this. Or like they try to give this explanation. Sometimes this happens because of this. Oh my god.
When you said it in the first time, I couldn't fully understand. You were pissed.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm like, oh, okay. I get it. I get it now.
So at that time, it was like the beginning of the whole thing. Like it was like the whole beginning. It was now starting. You understand what I'm saying? And for some reason, I don't know. Maybe the algorithm thought that, oh, okay, they were listening to me, and they're like, oh, okay, my niece.
Right now they are listening to you, sir. Because if I say, hey Google right now, it will come on.
It will come on.
Well, I see. Hey, Charlie, my phone disgrace me. Hey, that's coming.
Oh,
Gemini.
Okay,
Hey, Gemini. Right now, ChatGPT is lashing Gemini. Oh,
Gemini. I don't even like. I have Gemini too.
Oh, but I used to write emails. So sometimes, like some emails are annoying to write. So, like, oh hi, they'll say hi. I want to work with you. No, not. Let's not use that one. I'm not. Hey, hi, how are you doing? It's been a while. Can you advertise my product for me? You understand? So I'm like, I'm not in the mood to just write all this. Oh, I wish to regret to inform you that we can't advertise. So I'm like, Gemini, can you tell them to fuck off, but in a nice way? You understand?
Corporate language.
Yeah, in the corporate language. And Gemini will write it for me. So I've just said, can you tell them to fuck off, but in a nice way? So that's maybe 12 words.
Yeah, and it's
but if I was supposed to type it, I can't just say no. I have to say, I regret to inform you at this time we will not be able to work with you, but we will be able to work with you. That's too many words. So I said, tell them to fuck off, but in a nice way.
But who are you turning down? Like, who people are you turning down like that?
Oh, sometimes
I mean,
you're in the feelings, or sometimes you just. So, now, okay. First of all, some of them you just know that it's bullshit, right? And some of them you just turn up. But there are some that test your grit as a businessman, in the sense of being what they call the shiny object syndrome. I was talking to you about it this morning. Like somebody says, can you do this for me? You know you can do this, but you are trying to focus. So, in business, so guys, I'm trying to stop saying M. So I don't know how I'll stop saying M, but let's just see. So in business, we have something that. So if I am boring, just know that I'm trying to consciously stop saying M in my head, right? That's why I'm boring. But in business, you sell tomatoes. You don't want to put garden eggs there so that you attract garden eggs people. You want tomatoes, but you want the best of the tomatoes who are hungry for tomatoes to come. Tomatoes, any tomato. Even that's even isn't that like an idiom or something, a phrase? Tomato, oranges, whatever. Forget.
Potato.
Good. So that is it. So now you're stuck in a fix. You're like, okay, fine. Me like this. I can write. Let me not brag too much, but let me just put some things out there. Okay. But I can write music exceptionally well. I can create beats exceptionally well. I can write stories exceptionally well. I can edit exceptionally well. I can just basically, you see, when God said the 5 talents, I was there with 10, but mine was 50.
too much. Yeah.
But they didn't want to add it to the Bible because then the hero journey will not be nice.
The book will be too big.
Yes.
Even
if you see, if you are starting a movie and all the superheroes are just beating everybody, there's no last killer. So I was like, who should I even compare myself? I will not say Superman because I had no weakness.
Oh,
which
who? I think
Saitama or something. That One Punch Man.
Yeah,
like you can't defeat. So if they put me in the Bible, like Cecil, they put me in the Bible, it will not be nice. But they have to, they give him 10 talents and he worked his way up to 20 talents and 5 talents. 10. No, me, I had 200. So which working way? How many talents are there in the world? You understand? So basically what I'm saying is that I can do everything, like most things. But now the problem is that you have to decide if there are a lot of things I've been learning, right? And then one of the things that if you really want to, let's say, make it in this world or make money, you don't have to juggle plenty things. You have to stick to one thing. One or two things. Let me say one or two things. And be fucking good at those one or two things. Like be good, right? Know the ins and outs of everything. And that is what is going to let you blow. And when you blow, that's when you spread your wings, right? You can't just start and then just be doing plenty things. You will not be able to settle. So I've had like the difficult options. Sometimes I need money and all those things. So the other ones I can do it on the side. But sometimes I've had a difficult option to just like turn them down. I know I can do it, but I'll just say, at this point, I will not be able to.
Is it like they want you to do in their videos, or like you want you to do it in like?
So let's just say the content on my channel has been shifting lately, especially the music channel has been shifting towards one particular thing.
The piano one. Okay.
But when it first began, it didn't begin with the piano. It began with everything. Reactions.
Okay.
Music. Talking about
I remember something
level.
Well, I remember something that's funny, but I don't want to. Yeah. What are the reactions?
Who?
The gospel.
Charlie. Yeah. I actually enjoyed that gospel song.
Okay, obviously, gospel has a lot of elements.
But I actually enjoyed that gospel song.
Yeah.
And I liked what I did with the gospel. I liked what I did with how I reacted to and all those things. So now there's this market, and you're like, it's now about fear. Because you are letting go of something that you believe that you're like one of the best in the game. In terms of the song reactions and all those things, review. right? Because you want to focus on one thing, but you come back to this thing later. But you want to focus and get some things. It's just basically I've just been learning a lot of things on the way. So now,
So you're not doing like your reactions again?
for a while, unless I create a new channel.
That's crazy. That's why I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
So now it's going to like piano focus.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a wild thing. For you not to do reactions again now, that's crazy. Wow. End of an era. Well, not end, but pause.
Yeah.
Pause of an era. I see, because that place, money is there.
The reaction.
Bro, like even me, I don't like regularly do music content, but I regularly get people saying like react to my song.
And
like, I don't do
this.
reactions.
I think money is there, but the thing is that I can't do plenty things. I have to just focus on one thing. What I can do is that I can create like a separate. I should just understand how the YouTube shit works, and I'll just create a separate channel for that and build it up.
Yeah,
I can build a reaction channel up. I can build it up because I know I'll get like people to watch, and because of the way I do the reactions, I can build it up. But right now, I just need to.
Maybe the time.
What,
Like,
we didn't put time in the time.
No, I'm just saying like your reactions. Maybe like you have to be shooting a lot more.
I need to focus on what I have to do at some point. I mean, it's difficult. It's more difficult for me than you, because I know I can kill. Somebody also contacted me and like, oh, yeah, blah blah blah. Can you react to this song? I know I can kill this shit. So I'm like, okay, one thing at a time. Do one thing. If it works, do another thing. So the ability to be focused, and that's why I was telling you that any business can work. Now, you can send anything to $1 million. And I like to talk in dollars. You can send everything to $1 million, right? But you can't send everything to $10 million. But if you want to send something to $1 million fast, you have to focus. Like, even the YouTube, somebody's there, right? He has a list of don'ts, not a list of do's. So, me like this, when I was in the YouTube, hey, Charlie, some of them I come, like, let's say, me and the team, me and my boys, we can put a lot of energy into one, right? And then it goes out, and then I'm like, first of all, I blame myself because I was attached to the outcome. I like to say, don't be attached to the outcome, but it's very difficult to do. Let me just say, I'm hey, bro. So I'm like, oh no, don't watch. I'm like, fuck it, watch. Bam. 9 over 10. Fuck! 10 over 10. I don't shout, I don't say fuck. It's like my heart just sinks. I don't know how to explain it, but you're in shock and you're in this. It's fuck. You don't like me? You don't like the effort I put? That's initially. And then you start to blame them. They're like, come on, you don't watch. But I also have to now look introspectively. I'm like, they don't like what I just put out, in the sense that it was not interesting. Now I said, let's talk about Sarkodie. And somebody said Sarkodie is going to beat a goat. And they are suing him. Now, which one would you watch? Sarkodie beating the goat, and the goat owner is suing him, right? For $1 million or for 20 million. Which one would you watch? I said, let's talk about Sarkodie. But I didn't see what Sarkodie did. Somebody said, I'm not.
You watch the.
It's simple. I can't blame anybody. I have to blame myself. Or I have to blame. I can't even I appreciate all the efforts that everybody does and all those things. So I'm like, okay, fine. Now I need to go back to the books, sit down. Now this is somebody just focusing on YouTube, right? Like Mr. Beast. The thing I say about gaining 20 million views, I still don't know whether that is this thing. But
20 million views
in, say, less than 6 months or something. He said in 6 months or something.
He said you can get 20 million subscribers in like 6 months.
Yeah.
If you start a new channel.
Yeah, that's
he should do it, let's see.
Yeah.
I think he can do it. But like, I don't think he might get to 20 million, but like like without putting
You say he's not putting his face there.
his face, and he can't put his money. That's the other thing.
It will be very difficult. I'm not going to lie.
If you don't put the resources, like if you don't have 15 Lamborghinis, like then if he does that one, then he can do it.
So now, what I've come to learn about YouTube, my years of making mistakes, a lot of mistakes. That's a funny thing. A lot is. First of all, you have to do content that people are interested in. That's one thing. That I don't even know why it sometimes doesn't cross my mind. I do content that I am interested in.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's that artist thing. I remember I was in an argument. We were in the studio one time, and I was in an argument. I think that was when I started transitioning out of like that word a little bit. I was in an argument with some artists like that, and they were doing that whole thing, like the whole blame thing, like, oh, these people, you don't like this or like that, and I was like, but you can't blame somebody for what they don't like.
It's just like Amari. I'm not blaming her. I'm not. She has made a name for herself.
Yeah.
But as in Ghanaians,
yeah.
They don't like her song.
Yeah. Like it's not. You can't. And shout out to her. Like she clocked it like early, and then she went somewhere where she went to Nigeria, and at that time the auto scene, so she put, and then like arguably she's the biggest in the auto scene, which is
no, not even the biggest in the auto scene, like the biggest artist in Ghana.
Yeah, she's in a different.
Yes, she's the biggest artist in Ghana, and that's the annoying thing for the big players. They don't. It's like we want our music to go out and you being the face of it being the biggest. But you are doing something that we don't like, and then you are Ghanaian and you are the biggest, but we don't like your song.
Yeah, it's like it's not. They can't. It was crazy. I was in like a bar in like the Volta region sometime, and Amari's music came on, and I was surprised. I was like, bro, over here, crazy. They play the music, and it wasn't radio. It's not like, it wasn't radio. It wasn't. Definitely wasn't radio, but it was like a DJ, and the DJ played the song. I was like, but I think that song fits the vibe, like the BPMs, like, of the other songs and stuff like that. Yeah, but like I started to hate that whole thing. Like artists have that thing. It's like we want to make what we want, right? And we don't want to include. And I've learned this from doing comedy, right? Like it's a shared experience. I'm not there to just show you how brilliant I am. If I just show you like, oh, like I'm brilliant, like, oh my God, this thing is so intelligent, but you don't laugh, there's a break in communication, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, a lot of people who are artists, they don't want to like just show people how brilliant they are, and like the people have to like it. Like, why don't you, why, it's like, you can't force people to like what they don't like. It's like you can't, if a girl doesn't like you, a boy doesn't like you, can't do anything at it. You can go and do for girls or whatever. It's all fake. You can't. There's no for fans.
Exactly.
There's nothing like that. So that's where it's from.
So that's the problem. Now the problem is that on the come up stage, obviously you get to a point now, any shit that you do, people like it.
Yeah,
but that's the halo effect. That's after some time. But you, personally, I'll say mine is just up to you. Hasn't reached like how it's supposed to reach, right? So it's like, okay, fine. Now you are not there yet. Just do what the people want and try and inculcate your creativity into what the people want. So Very Dark Man, if I really want to blow Very Dark Man.
Yeah.
Now, fine.
It's always no news.
So it's not just Very Dark Man. Now I was like, okay, fine. So if that's the case, my problem, what I was doing first was I just saw, oh, this topic is nice. It's nice for me. Then I do it. Put all my energy, all the animation skills and everything inside. Some of them fly, some of them don't. But the fly, I can say, okay, that was luck. I've still not tested my theory. But I was like, okay, fine. So what if instead of now just doing this thing, because most of the time when I finish the video, And I said, okay, what can be the title of the video? And what can be the thumbnail of the video? I was like, okay, fine. Now I post once a week. I can't let videos, I'm not saying it's determining my mental health at that point of the week or determining my state, because it doesn't determine my state, honestly, because right now I'm there are so many things I'm working on. I'm doing that. Like, I don't really care like that. I just need the videos because I do the videos because, first of all, I love it. Secondly, I need the money. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, okay, if the video doesn't get views, that means my money is going to be cut short. So I'm like, yo, fuck, I need the money. Like, do you understand? So I was like, okay, fine. How can I make this money be stable? How can I pump the views up? Okay, so now let me just ask people, what would they want to hear? What will be interesting to them? What do they want to hear somebody talk about? Then, okay, I find, okay, this is what they want to talk about. And you know, human beings, we are governed by problems, right? Yeah. The news organizations have been there for over 100 years. They have studied the human nature and its problems. So can I find what I want to talk about? Can I find like the problems that the person has been through and then craft a title out of it? And then start my video from the problem all the way to maybe the middle side is how I want to start my video.
Yesterday we were watching some video. I don't see the guy's name, but like I was like 1 minute in, and we're like, what is it? Where's the thing? You still do introduction. Give me that thing that solve the problem for me. What are you doing?
And one of the things that I've realized is the thing is about short wins. So if I come into the video, I can give you a snippet, like a tidbit of what is to come. Like if I say, okay, I'm talking about Sarkodie. So now,
he has cut his hair, by the way. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen him. So Sarkodie has cut his hair. Sarkodie has cut his hair. He actually went to this place and that place to cut his hair because this place, that. But the reason why he cut his hair is not like why you think. The reason is that he went here. But it is, so now I'm giving you short wins. I'm giving you answers. But then I can see, but before you understand, so I can give you answers, like make you lick your brain for like 1 minute in. So you're like, oh, okay, this guy has gained my trust. Then I can see, but before we know that, let's start from 5 years ago. You understand? I've gained your trust, so now you can just stay with me for like 3 more minutes. Yeah. Then after the 3 more minutes, I just try and gain your trust again in like 1 minute. Then you stay with me for like 3 more minutes. So it's like calculation. Then from there, I've opened loops. But when I open the loops, it's not what you think. Then I'll go and tell you what you think in 6 minutes. I've closed the loop. Like calculations, like a storytelling. Maybe somebody will see me and like, oh, Charlie, you're good, Charlie. The calculations that I'm calculating in my head when I'm telling the story, it's like, it's good that this channel or this podcast is small. Let me just say there are no numbers. So if you really want to come and understand my thought process, you just have to watch the podcast to be able to understand. How many minutes we have left? Because how many minutes we have? Hopefully it hasn't stopped. It has stopped.
Did that stop?
How many minutes did it stop?
I started the timer a little bit after.
Yeah, that's it. So that's what I'm saying. Let's just check.
If I try pity this boy, everything now be linked.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sure it's not too long ago. Charlie. Let me sit down. Is that the audio's two coming? Are the two coming? Check. All right. Let's say hello. Hi. Yeah. So like what I'm saying, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Hey, I heard this thing. I was like, I like it. I'll add it to my vocabulary.
What's the train of thought?
Yeah, train of thought. Hey. So yeah. So it's all about calculations for me. I was like, okay, fine. So now that's the case. So if I'm able to come up with my title and my thumbnail before I start the video, I can be able to increase my retention. Because now most of the time when we are, when we are watching the YouTube videos, even on our laptops, we can hover, and then the YouTube video start playing. So if I can just link, even the 5 seconds when you hover, you see that it's the same thing. So you're like, oh nah, it's the same thing. Let me just click.
Yeah.
So I just need you to click. When you click, now YouTube will see that, oh nah, this shit is fire. This guy will click. This guy will click. So I'm like, okay, fine. I can't blame anybody.
Nah.
I do the shit well. My storytelling, okay. But now, how do I get the people? How do I use psychology to grab these people's attention, their attention, and just bring them to me?
You know, what I remember when I was having that argument with that guy, I told him that he was like, yeah, like, you know, I want to like just make what I want to, and the people like will buy it. And I'm like, well, that means that you're doing a hobby. And there's nothing wrong with being a hobby.
People buy it with their money.
Like, you see, that's the thing. And you know, like, all of us used to be like that. Like, I think if you're coming up, like, if you're doing music especially, that mindset kind of gets formed into your head, especially if you're like, you're doing like,
No, his leg would have kicked there. Sorry about that. I'm not editing this shit. So.
No, it's just that if you are like you're doing something that is, for instance, let's say Amari is doing alter music, or let's say like you're playing jazz, or you're doing something like that. It gets beaten into your head that like people this entitlement, like people are supposed to buy it because it's different or whatever. And I'm like, if you want to just do what you like and you don't have to make money from it, that's fine. Like, just do it, and then like get a job or something. You get what I'm saying? Or go to the place where they will buy the thing. You get what I'm saying? But like, people want this. People want to. They don't want to consider the other person in the equation. And the thing is this: like, I feel like you don't have to necessarily follow the crowd. Though. You can't. At the end of the day, you're not, like, for instance, if you're making a video, there's no way you're going to make it like the way everybody else is making it. You understand? You're not going to lose your source. But you can have certain like sticking points, you know, like certain like the Venn diagram thing, like the intersection, you know. Let's say you understand.
What's it called? Ikigagi, that Japanese thing. Is it that Japanese thing? Your passion, your this thing, and what you can make money out of it.
Okay. Is that the name? Is that what the Japanese?
I've forgotten. But it's close to that.
Yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, if I'm presenting a story, I'm going to do like me. There's no that one. I can't change that. You get what I'm saying? But like, if I can have certain things that at least can draw like these people in and draw these other people in, then when they come. Then we can start the conversion process. You understand?
Exactly.
We can start the evangelism. We can start the, you know, slowly we massage your brain into becoming this thing. Okay, the Ikigai thing.
So it's called Ikigai.
Okay.
So I don't know. So it's what you love, what you are good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
So what you are good at and what you can be paid for is the profession. What you can be paid for and what the world needs, I don't know the vocation, but what you love and what the world needs is a mission.
What you are good at and what you love, passion. Just say.
You have what you are good at and what you love is passion. So the thing is that you are supposed to get the Ikigai.
Where like sweet spots, like the everything. You know what's funny about people too? Sometimes they'll mention. I remember. And this was a while ago. I think I may have lost all that wisdom stuff. Like the guy mentioned like some people. He mentioned like, oh, like Kendrick Lamar or like Adele or these people, and like they're superstars. And I'm like, there is no such thing as an organic superstar. Like whatever superstar you know, there's a lot of engineering, the marketing going on behind the scenes, and the job of an artist is.
But Kendrick Lamar didn't create rap.
No, not about creating rap. The kind of rap he does is different.
Nah, but that, you see, this is the thing. The thing about the Ikigai or anything that they talk about is you first have to go to the basics.
Yes.
What is the person doing?
He's rapping. Yeah.
Has rap market been tested? Yes. What is Adele doing? Singing. Has that singing market been tested? She was not the first person to come up with this slow type of singing and piano and voice. Has it been tested?
Yeah.
Yes. Kendrick Lamar, he's not the first person to come up with those beats. Those beats have been there since.
Yeah.
Jazz beats mixed with them. Has it been tested? Yes. So that it has already been like a tested market.
Yeah.
So they didn't come to do anything. The only thing was their uniqueness to it.
Yes.
So it's just like I was saying, yo, I'm gonna rap in the flow. I'm using the same flow, but somebody says I'm gonna buy tomatoes. The same flow. So we've tested the flow, the beat, everything, but the lyrics are different.
Yeah.
So it's still going to fly, because I like everything. Your lyrics are different. So okay, I like your lyrics, but your everything else has been tested. You are just bringing your lyrics. So it's the same thing in business. The thing has been tested already. So when he says, I don't know, I don't want to lose my train of thought. Yeah, but when he says that in that sense, there's marketing, but those things have been tested, and the market that they did it in like it already. You see Sam Smith. He came and he did Stay With Me.
Yeah.
Basically Adele.
Yeah, this guy Adele.
A male
version.
Sorry,
I think right now it's a
mixed version of.
It's everywhere. He's inside the guy. He's in the middle of the gender.
So
gender
yeah. I mean, this thing can even be like a good topic, like I even talk about, but I'm not doing music shit.
There's Sam Smith, or no.
The artist people who want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like nobody has sat down to explain it to them. If I am to talk about it, like what we are talking about, like the way I'm going to explain it, it will be so maybe digestible to them.
Like with the Kendrick, with the Adele one, right? It was like the person was like, oh, Adele goes away for like 4 years and she comes back and she still like has like their song still hits. And like, do you think it's just because their voice is sweet? Do you know how many people can sing better than Adele? Like, come on, bro. It's not just because of that. Like, there's a whole lot happening. And so here's the thing, like talent, right? I don't think I'm recently now. I heard this from somebody, but like the person said it differently, right? But like he said, talent is getting away with it, right? But he said it in relation to comedy. So if you make an offensive joke and you don't get away with it, you didn't do your job. It's supposed to be like, oh, this thing is fucked up, but we are all laughing. Like he got away with it. That's his talent. You get what I'm saying? And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, talent is doing all the structures and making it look organic. So like all this organic, we want organic growth. The talents. So whenever you see like an organic superstar, the executives did their job, right? The marketing people, the label, whoever, the team did their job. So it looks like, oh wow, this guy, he was singing at this pub, and then now he's on this stage. Wow, that's so organic. He came up naturally. They've done their job. Right, like you can't see it. It's like dancers. They'll rehearse for hours, then they come on stage and they'll do some natural things. Sometimes they look at each other like they are doing freestyle, like, and then this person will do some move, but the person will copy it, and you think that, oh wow, this is like, nah, you're talented. Like it's not. I remember when I went to Black Cherry show, right? Kid was performing Lomo, and then Dance God was there with some other dancers, and then like they'll start doing the dance, and then Blacko will just join them, like as if he's seen the dance for the first time, right? So like he'll look at them for like 1-2 seconds, and then he'll dance and join them again, right? And like people were like, wow, like it's like, yeah, they probably rehearsed. And also Blacko is a very talented dancer. People don't know, he has been dancing for years. It's not like like that skill is not some organic. I don't understand why people don't get it. Like nothing. For instance, you are playing piano, you don't just come out of the womb and then start playing fast. Like when you go on the stage, the improvisation is, oh shit, like wow, how do you, it's just coming, but it's not, it's talent. Talent is making it look like, oh, I just came up with that, like that just came, oh wow, that's crazy, right? So like that whole, you see it a lot, like people, whenever you try to I was having a conversation with a writer recently. Somebody sent me like a script, right? And I was telling them like, oh, like this thing doesn't make sense or that doesn't make sense. And I was asking them like, why is this over there? And they're like, oh, like, I just creativity, like you just want it to. And I'm like, no, it has to make sense, right? And then she was like, oh, but doesn't that make the thing too rigid? I'm like, that's your job. Your job is to make the rigid thing come off as if it was just like like you watch a movie. Sometimes you watch a movie, right? And like with the storytelling, like a character can say something in the beginning of the movie. That is like just like maybe they'll mumble it, like maybe they're drinking something, they'll see something, right? And if you're watching a movie, it's like, oh, it's just conversation. Then later in the movie, that thing that person said now like comes in a major way, and you're like, oh shit, like But that is like the person who was writing the movie sat down, used the whatever sticky notes. They look at the whole scene, put it down, and then they the director, the camera people, they all shot the thing to look like that. And then when it comes out, you're like, oh wow, this is so great.
Like
this is genius.
Storytelling is something that people don't, maybe they underrate or all those things. But what you're saying about the writing, there are structures. People have sat down and now they have created structures. Now you have to do it in your own way. Now what I was talking about human beings, life always being about troubles. I think I spoke to you about REM sleep some time ago. That when we sleep and we dream, like 60% of the dreams are we going through some trial or tribulation or like going through something to get out at the top. Or we probably never get out, so just wake up.
I had a weird dream last night, bro. Someone was kidnapping me. Like it's like we're at a police station. I spent so much time in the hospital the past few weeks. So it's like we're at the hospital and then we're all of a sudden at the police station, and the person that was supposed to like investigate, the person that was investigating the case, all of a sudden he's the one that was kidnapping. So like I woke up this morning with like somebody's holding my neck, like he's taking me away, and I'm like, fuck, it's him, he's the guy. Like he's the bad guy all along. Fuck, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. And so imagine that is your life. That human beings are alive. That's why we are just drawn to troubles, drawn to people failing, drawn to all those things. Because we have practiced. Now it's a talent. We have a talent of liking bad things or talent of being drawn to bad things because that's what we have practiced our whole life, in our dreams, in everything. So once a storyteller understands this, you're like, okay, fine. If I'm going to tell a story, the more the bats, that also has to be in moderation, but the more the bats, the more glued the person can be. So I can find a way to...
Yeah, I like bats.
Yeah. I can like, oh, I'm going to do this, but when I say bat, you're like, okay, why?
Why? That's a bat. Bat is good.
Like, I am trying to, I was so serious there, you were making me lose my train of thought.
Yeah, we need a train of thought counter.
Yeah, so, nah, but exactly what I'm saying. So, I've just been studying now. I'll say I'm a little lazy in the sense that not like a little lazy, but it's been. Hey, is it recording? It's not recording. It's gone off. How long was it off? So, I could tell that it's not recording. I just checking. Hi, wow, this is gonna be a crazy episode. So, like I was saying, I'm saying again. Now, that's the thing. I've been studying. I can say I've been a little lazy in the sense of being like more studious, as in learning something new every day. I've just been relying on what I know, but I should be able to allocate time every single day, if it's like even an hour, to read something new, to learn something new, because that's the only way I'll be able to learn, right? So that is the stage in which I'm on. But I feel like there are some things I've learned in the sense that, everybody wants to make money. But I realized that, or everybody wants to make it in life. I realized that you making it in life depends on the person you become. What the person you become is what is going to attract the success and all those things that you want. Now you have to understand that those bank managers and businessmen, they go through some kind of level of stress that if it was you probably would buy yourself.
That's why they are like blood sucking, like they are vampirish, like they don't give a fuck.
There are even levels. I was listening to Ty Lopez sometime. Ty Lopez.
Here in my garage.
Yeah. But that guy is very intelligent. Like very.
I swear, bro. He as corny as he is, like it's all part of it.
Yes.
He puts all of the things that people hate him for and like him for. He uses all of it.
I was observing, like I've been just stuck in his rabbit hole in the sense of he went hiatus for like 4 years or 3 years, right? And he came back and he has just been on a group of podcasts. So I was observing whether what he would. You see, when you're lying, at some point, your stories don't tally. But it seems like all the stories he was saying was tallying. So that means that what he was saying was actually true. But he always quotes in the sense that when we are talking right now, you see Marcus Aurelius said this, blah, blah, blah. Then he was on a podcast with some Bible guy. And the Bible guy was talking. And when he said it's lack, the Bible guy said it's not lack. I forgot to. The guy said it's not lack. It's like they started giving him scriptures about that. Okay, so what about the people outside who?
Ty Lopez said that it's lack, or the Bible guy said.
No, he said at some point like the form of success is lack.
Okay, yeah.
Like
point, yeah.
It's you are just lucky. The
point,
luck has something to do with it. Even whether maybe you like it or not, you just had to be at the right place at the right time, at the right era, and all those things. And the guy was countering. The guy was countering the Christian guy. He was like, he started giving him these things, and was like, your legs are not cut off. Someone's legs are cut off.
Yes.
And, like he gave him serious, and then he started giving quotations. Right, and I don't know, Ty Lopez, I don't think he's Christian, but I started giving quotations. Like, now the Bible guy was like, okay, you can't counter what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to also be thankful to God that you are not in some predicaments.
Yeah.
Because you could be in some predicaments, but you are not.
Yeah, bro. I was coming yesterday, bro. Some guy, you know, the people who watch the screen. Like the windscreen, right? The guy was canceling the windscreen. I mean, I was not in the mood, right? Usually, I just let them do it. If I have points, I'll give. But I wasn't in the mood, and I was like, nah. And then when the guy left, I was like, man, I don't know why. But at that moment, I was like, bro, what's the difference between me and this guy? Like for real, like, just come out of the wrong pussy, and I'm also doing this. Like, I felt this like. So at the end of the day, like, so I didn't let him clean it, but like I just gave him the money, you know, because I was like, bro, some things that some people can do all that. Oh, you know, they do the rich men. If you are sleeping from this time to this time, you know all that shit that they like talking about.
You see, there's some.
There's definitely truth to it. If all things being equal, yes, but all things are not equal. That's the point.
My thing is that what I'm saying is that even in that sense, right? The reason why I can talk like this, or I can maybe say, okay, you can make it no matter where you are, is because I've gained access to some information that the people on the street haven't yet gained access to.
Yeah.
So even if it's determination to make it and stuff, no, they still don't know what exactly to do, right? Because if you give them what they have to do, some people do not like debate. You see, there are some people that you are teaching them how to make money.
And
say,
it's
not like that. There are some people do not ask you questions. Do like this, do like that, do like that. They'll do exactly what you do, right? And then you can literally teach somebody how to be rich. Even though maybe people bash the course sellers and all those things, there are proven track records that some of them, like most of them, taught people how to make like money, let's say 10K a month and all those things. Like they just said, follow exactly what I'm saying. There's a formula to it. If you check most of the call seller people, their VSLs, the VSLs, call it video sales letter and all those things. If you check, it's almost the same. If you start studying those things, you realize it's almost the same format. So that means that there's a formula to it. Somebody discovered the formula, has taught other people. So everybody get on the formula. To get to a time that to be saturated, we need to hop on another thing. So somebody else has discovered another thing. That's AI automation. Okay, now let's hop on it. Then to get to a point that it will now be obsolete.
Yeah.
And let's discover. So it's like, if the street guy had access, right? Some of them have the grit, but like no access. So if they get access to that information that you are saying, say do like this, do like that, the guy will become rich.
You know, one thing I've been thinking about. One thing I've been thinking about recently, right? It was in a different like zone, right? And this thing, if I do it, CIA, I beg you, but like. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, like language. For instance, let's see something like total addressable market, right? If you tell that to the street guy, it doesn't mean shit to him. That language is not there, right? I mean, I was thinking about it in terms of like, government, economic systems, right? Many people, let's say, they vote for a party because they don't understand. Let's say like. NDC is social democratic. MPP is a capitalist party. That doesn't mean shit to a lot of people. They don't know. You can go and tell them.
Is it true?
Yes.
Or you're just making it down?
No, that's it. MPP is capitalist. NDC is social democrat. Yeah.
Like, do they fall by their values or they just said it?
MPP?
No. Like, MPP, I could tell. No. I could tell that they are capitalistic because
very.
But capitalistic has to do with businesses, like building businesses, like going for the money.
Yes, but me, I wouldn't want a Ghanaian government that is like it's not a problem. Like we're all capitalists, right? But like, if you put corruption in the mix. I don't want a capitalist.
Fine. That makes sense. But capitalist is what? Capitalizing on the opportunities that you are giving.
Yeah, it's basically for profit. You are doing it for profit.
For profit.
Private
but
property.
Then when you say social democratic, like what?
Social democratic is like capitalists with a lot of welfare. I might be saying it wrong, but it's a capitalist system, right? Let me Google it. But they also have a lot of welfare things, like they support.
You don't say them good. Let me chat it. Oh, Charlie, I never knew that to come to a time that people actually.
So it's a middle. It's like between capitalism and socialism, where like the system is capitalist. People can do their business, but the government also takes care of a lot of things. Like they give you that like welfare programs, like they pay for this healthcare, all that stuff, right? So like that's the NDC is supposed to be social.
No. So now use that. Supposed to be.
Everybody there, they are not. They do it too. They do the capitalism like they.
Me, I'm not even coming to talk about like the.
Oh, politics. They do it. I remember. Shouts to Kojovi. Kojovi made a video about that. People were saying that Rollins was wicked or whatever. Like they're saying that his ideology was wrong or whatever. Kojovi was trying to explain that his idea was right, the method was wrong. He wanted socialist, but the way he went about it and like seizing stuff was wrong. But like, and then he spoke about when MPP, I think was it Buzia, one of them took over, and like he was like capitalist. So like they took all the government things, made them private. They devalued the currency for people to kind of invest, all that stuff, right? But for instance, let's just say all of these things that we are saying, right? If you go to the market and you go and tell them about social, a lot of these markets, they have money, by the way. Like they're not broke. Like a lot of the capital is a lot of money, right? So it's like they are very, 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 and their votes is what counts a lot of the times. If you go there, if you can't say like capitalism, socialism in a language that they
understand,
and not just that they can understand, like this is another thing about language, not just understanding the words you put together, right? Because you can know something, right? Like there are a lot of things that you knew. For instance, let's say if you want to be successful, you should wake up at 5 a.m. You know the meaning of those words. But it takes time for it to get into your heart, for you to like live it, for you to become it, right? And a lot of the times, the language, like, there's no, I don't know if there's a word, like a tree word or a gun word or an ever word for capitalism. There's a word for socialism. There's no, I don't think we have this word. There's no way to explain it in pidgin for like the boys to understand it in their heart too, like not just know that it's there, right? For it to like get into their consciousness for real. There's no, that language is not there in the grassroots, and that's like a big problem. Because with business, right, as you're saying, you can teach a lot of these boys, if they know it, they'll become richer than many of the people.
Many.
You understand?
Many.
But if you go and tell them about, if you go and say,
It's off, yeah. I know.
like, so the business overhead cost, bottom line, muscle. Charlie, what did they talk? I know they want what did they
when
talk.
I'm even teaching like the keyboard and all those things, I see a lot of comments on like maybe intermediate keyboardists. I call them intermediates because they probably are not even on my level. But let me just put it that way. And then they be like, oh nah, you don't have to do this. I'm like, I'm trying to make the like normal human being understand.
Yeah.
I don't want to use terms.
Yes. Aha. That thing. I remember when I was learning keyboard, right, there was this guy that, the guy was trying to teach us, right? Not when I was learning keyboard. When I went to school, we were trying to like learn, they were trying to teach people keyboard. And some of us, like, I mean, I'd already been playing before I went to SHS, right?
Yeah.
Then there's this one guy who, well, like we had all been playing already, like, so he knew how to play already. And then he started throwing out these terms, I think to show people that he knows.
He knows how to play.
And the teacher's like, relax, like this guy has never ever touched a thing before. Like, let's say it in a way that he can understand before we get. So like that's a very good example. Like a lot of the things that people need, and not even to be rich. Like everybody can be rich because there's not enough money for everybody to be a millionaire. Like money it's like a finite resource in a way, right? You know, so if you have $1 million, that's $1 million that a lot of people don't have. That's just how it is right now. If they give you value, you can give them the money, so the money can move around, right? Velocity of money, whatever they call it in economics, right? But like everybody can be a millionaire, but we can have like the poverty doesn't have to exist, and if a lot of people just could be spoken to in a language that will enter their soul, right? Not just for them to understand that oh capitalism or economic system, so the governments do this, and national health insurance or free education like this, or it's bad because of this, or like deficits, all these words like trade this, all those things, like they didn't write it in the gun and in the tree for the people to get it. So a lot of people are in the dark. You're going to talk to them, you're going to say things to enter anywhere because they say, I
think it's always, the whole thing is, it all boils down to, like I don't want to do like, I'm like zen, but I'm now getting to understand that the whole life is all boiled down to human validation and acceptance in a way, and then it's like ego tied down with that. So if you as a human being, you're able to control your human validation, right, and your ego, those two things, you can move mountains. You can, because there are some points in your life that you know what the person is saying, but you have to shut up and let the person finish talking. Don't say, oh, I know.
Yes.
Like, just shut up.
Yes.
Let the person finish talking. And then maybe you would learn something new. You're like, okay. Sometimes you don't need to also tell the person that you know. Because now it's an ego thing. So now, if that's the case, I don't need to show this woman that I know what I'm talking about. I just need to make her understand it. Yes. If I enlighten her knowledge, she would love me because I gave her something that she didn't have. Yeah. So my aim is, okay, don't say deficit. I want to make you understand what I mean.
Yeah. That's the problem I have with a lot of like these people, a lot of like, should I say academics, academic, like professor, those people. They have this, there's this elitist, like this, like they have this closed system where, if you didn't go to school, like you can't get access to this. So like, Because why, for instance, you look at research papers, right, or studies, they are written for other professors to understand. A lot of the times you read that shit, and like I've had to read a couple of them, cause like, how do I say this? I don't know how to say this, but like, somebody sends me them to like sometimes help like proofread some things like for assignments and stuff, and I'm like, what's I don't understand.
I wouldn't have even
like put it like make it everybody, no matter whether or not a person has gone to school or not, right? There should be somebody. If you are a Gan boy, you're Ashanti boy, you're a Hausa boy, there's somebody in every culture that has gone to school. That person should like come back and try and use the language to teach the people. But it's the ego. It's I've gone to school, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
And so like trade deficits. Oh, you don't understand. Oh,
if you're able to, you see the thing that I'm saying it, and it's so simple. Like I'm saying, it's so easy that if you control your ego, but you'll be tested.
It's really hard.
In the sense that somebody might even trash your knowledge, like saying, "Oh, he doesn't know shit." Like, and you have to have the ability to be silent.
Somebody who doesn't know that can't tell you that.
Yeah,
you don't know what that
like see, sometimes I can see comments on maybe my piano lessons, and it'll be like just comments that are not necessary. You're like, oh, this guy, what is he doing? Blah blah. And I'll just click on the person's profile and I'll go and I'll see the person, the way he plays. I'm like, bro, nigga, do you know the fuck I am? Like this kind of things. But yeah. I just ignore. I'm like, okay, there's no need to talk. Yeah. There's no need to. And so, I'm being tested. I've been tested so many times, like in real life, in the sense of, or you say, oh, he doesn't know this thing, or this. And you have to be silent and take the L. The reason why I even say being silent and take the L, not defend yourself, is that, one, it is giving you a superpower that people don't have. Like the ability to know something and not prove to people that you know it. And like they are trashing you. And in the hopes that later they will find out who you are. Some of them never ever find out who you are, but some of them do. But now you just have to understand that if you now prove to them that you are who you are, you have just satisfied your ego.
What? Yeah.
Yes. So now you just have to be silent. And now what you are doing is that you are defeating your body's. If you're having self-control over your body, and if you have that self-control over your body, now you'll be able to at least control your lust very well. Because a woman can't just say, oh, man, like you can't buy this. Yeah.
And then you just
go buy it. And then you regret. Yeah. So it's like, okay, now you're training your ego and to a point that now fine, nothing moves you. And now you can be able to. And the funny thing about this thing is that when you've had like full self-control over your ego in a sense, you can be able to look at other people and see what is driving them. It's like, okay, this thing is the ego. How can I play with his ego and then get him? He doesn't have your self-control by your ego, but you can just, okay, I have to play the fool, get into his circle, get to this thing, get what I want. So now you're just a sharpshooter. Like it's not ego. I need this. I have to get what I want. Then I have to suck up to him. Okay, suck up to him. Let him feel good. Get me the money. Put me in this place. Put me in that place. When he's done, get rid of him. Put me in this, that. Get to the top. So the people at the top, they just know when to suck up to somebody, and they don't know when to like be the boss. Yeah. There's just a skill that you just have to learn.
Man, it's crazy. Like I just wish that a lot of that, all of that could. And that's why I was saying that like I won't do it. I won't be the one to go and tell people about economic, tell grassroots people about socialism and this. Please, whoever, all the parents, because they're watching those people, like they're around. You think that they're not watching, but like all these, everybody who has tried to like maybe like awaken the people or whatever it is, they have been taken down. Please, I'm not going to. I won't do it. But whoever does it has to do it anonymously, like teaching the people, like philosophy, economics, medical, like bringing it to the people in a way that they can digest.
It seems like it's a passion of yours.
Bro, I've been thinking about it a lot because I feel like we'll benefit, like when you look at people like big Aquas,
That can be a story for another day. I don't know how long we have
yeah,
been talking.
it's always tough. But like if you listen to some of the people talking, and you're like, the society will benefit if you just know and forget our English and all that stuff. You don't if somebody can just tell you that, oh no, this thing, I'm trying to speak local language, but someone can tell you that, oh, Sadi, when you say, then the person might be resistant at the beginning because human beings are like that. But once it's in a language, you see that one day you might go somewhere, somebody will say to them, be like, no, this person said like this, so they say, almost saying, that way, in a couple of years, the consciousness will go. Then we can stop hearing shit, I'm not hearing shit like, oh, if they bring a goat even to the political party, we'll vote for them. Like, we can stop hearing that because people will know how it affects them for real. Like, when the US election was happening, people were like, a lot of Ghanaians were interested, right? The people who know how it affects. Some people are like, oh, but it's not a country. Why they affect? Like, sure. You know the United States of America.
It's affecting
everything, but I hope somebody does it. I won't be the one to do it.
Yeah,
please.
No, I understand in that sense.
CIA operatives will be following me home now.
What?
They are around you. I said I saw one.
Oh.
I don't know that guy.
I wanted to say something right now, but I have lost.
Lost your
train of thought. Seriously, I wanted to say something. Hey. Oh. But in the sense of, okay, what I wanted to say was even about the ego thing. I think we can't even end there because I'm not eating.
I think we've
So it was just about even me teaching someone. Sometimes I realize that if I'm talking to my boys, I'm trying to tell them that, like, in a sense that, oh, Charlie, you can be making more money. Why are you not doing it like this? Like, Charlie, you see, the other boys, they move, but they move. Are you for the grind? And I realized that, okay, fine. Now, if I do that, I'm raising up the person's defenses mechanisms to try and defend themselves. So I'm like, okay. It's also an ego thing trying to tell the person that the person, I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to help you, but I'm also trying to say it in a way that will not make you want to do it because you'll be defensive. So I'm like, okay, now how can I understand how this person is? And then tell the person in a way that will make the person think that it is their decision to do what I want them to do. Now, if I'm able to master the skill, I've mastered a skill of selling. Yeah. Because the only way you can get somebody to buy things is if you make it look like it is their decision. Where I really need to buy this camera because this camera is going to help me in doing that. I just plant the seed in your head, and then you let all the decisions do. And then when you are ready, I'm like, oh yeah, so you can buy the camera. And okay, there's a lens here. And you can't use a lens without a stand. And after the stand, you need a second camera. Blah, blah, blah. By the time you realize I've chopped all your money. But hey, that's a story for another day. So hey, bro, Charlie, we've spoken a lot. This is Let's Play. Yeah, like the camera is off, and we'll talk later. I mean, we're speaking about camera itself. We need to buy a camera.